Hey, I'm Rody, here to just chat about some things that I think could help if you are in a business, if you are in any circumstance where you are working with your spouse. I've had the opportunity to work with Stacy, my wife, for really it's been almost 8 years now that we've done different things together, whether it be from the point where she was an esthetician back when she started, she got out of Nordstrom, became an esthetician, all the way to where she's been working with Beachbody as a consultant there, also helping women in other ways and just doing a lot of encouraging type business structure. For me, I'm a very driven, focused individual that likes to go after things, likes to have a plan, wants to stay on a track and exactly follow a line of da 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 da. I also don't mind leading and bossing around a little bit. And when it comes to a familial type situation with your spouse and it's also business, you got to be somewhat careful. And let me tell you, at the beginning, I failed hardcore. She really started Beachbody back in 2014, but it really began before that, where I had a transformation, lost a lot of weight, and she came into the picture a little bit later after she had lost a bunch of weight after having Jude, our second child. And in that time, I saw a lot of potential for her. I saw it. I was dreaming it for her, and I proposed it to her with zero pressure. Like, she didn't need to do anything. She didn't have to do anything. Blah, 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 but she could do it because she was so good and she had lost so much weight and she felt so great, and so she was sharing. That's how I started. I just shared. I had a lot of people join with me, and it sort of seemed natural for her to do the same thing. Well, that was the case, but I was a part of it, and I became almost a tyrant in the way I would expect things out of her and talk to her and boss her, and not kindly a lot of the time. I wasn't horrible. I wasn't like the end of the world, and I was working and stuff doing it at the same time. But in 2016, I got out of real estate, had some big things happen in my life that were not all the best, and had to change paths and had to make some decisions. So I began consulting, but then I also started partnering with Stacy. And again, I don't think I was in the right mindset. So mindset has a lot to do with it. But in this case, I really just started telling her what to do, and I expected certain things, and I would push her, and I would say things in the wrong tone of voice, and I did all kinds of things, and it was very harsh. And I got back away from that because of where we were going with not our marriage as in like, are we going to get separated or anything? No, it was just like this pressure on the marriage. I was not separating, and that is a big deal. And so went through that, got out of that, started a media company I've been doing ever since, and doing some other projects and whatnot. But I actually have gotten back doing stuff with Stacy, but it's under totally different pretenses now. And it's going way better in a whole different plan. So what did I do? What did I change? And what do I want to make sure? Well, there was 7 things that I needed to work on. I believe it's 7. I have my blog down here, so if I look down, that's why. It's my laptop. It's a secret. You can still have notes when you talk about this stuff. 7 things. First one was don't bring work home. You need to have some separation. You need some change. You need some, hey, I'm working over here. We're doing our stuff. Let's talk about this. Oh, we're having dinner. We're hanging out with the kids, blah, blah, blah. Shut up about business. Don't talk about it. Let yourselves be husband, wife, or partners, or whatever you are in your situation. Don't bring everything in every moment to be about your business, because that's what we can do, especially as entrepreneurs when we're running our own companies or doing our thing. Very difficult sometimes, very difficult. Be constantly aware of ego. Oh, the ego. I don't know everything. I sure act like I do sometimes, and that can come off so bad. It's so rude, and that was a really big struggle for Stacy and I. Just a really nasty little thing that can pop up and just turns the whole scope of the night or day or wherever you're out away from what it should be, which is positivity, encouragement, love, growth, those kind of things. So keep that ego at bay. Maintain professional respect in front of others. Build each other up. Show words of encouragement through what you say, how you act, your body language. Something that I struggle with. Again, these are all my struggles that I think a lot of entrepreneurs can, if we're driven, if we want the best for other people as well as ourselves, we're pushing all the time. And that was one of my struggles, was how to balance where she was at and where she is at now, and where I want to be at and where I'm at and where da da da. She might have 50 other things going on throughout the day with kids, with this, with that. She can't balance that the same as I do if I'm not having the kids and I'm in my work mind and I jump into my work mind at home. So that's another thing. Preserve individual identities. You want to keep those routines separate. You want to do things together, but you want to keep individual items yours. And so I want to be me, Matt Rody. She needs to be Stacy, Stacy Rody. And she needs to be able to do her thing, and I need to be able to do my thing. And you got to keep them where you do what you're best at, too. I don't need her going and doing the things that I'm good at. She should be doing those. And there were things that I was taking over for her that she was way better at. Again, another fail on my part. This is sort of a consistent problem. Enjoy your separate hobbies. It's okay to do things separately. When you're working together, when you're doing things, I like fantasy football. I like going and hanging out with my buddies and doing some of that stuff. I don't do it that often, but I love it. Some of the things that she loves, going out, doing the makeup, doing the facial stuff, hanging out with friends for a glass of wine, something like that I don't care at all about. But we keep those things and have some separate hobbies. But one of our biggest things to do together, we love our kids. We love hanging out with them. We love going on a trip with them. We love doing things with them. I mean, we love it, but we keep some of our stuff separate. And that's okay, especially for us. It works really well, and it keeps our love for each other very good. Don't be jealous. This is a team play. Some of the things when you're doing the videos, when you're doing the things that you do with what my wife does, jealousy might come in different ways, and you want to make sure that the supporting person, my position, who's behind the scenes and doing stuff, is really supporting fully for her. Really, it's all about her and making her the best she can be. Don't become work colleagues who happen to live together. Man, that's huge. There needs to be love. Love is the biggest thing. Unconditional love and dating love. Like when you dated or if, I don't care if you're married or not. If you've been together a while, it gets very flat sometimes. And when you're in a stressful buildup of a business, it can go this way, down quickly. And that is not okay. It's not okay to allow something to get in the way of people in that relationship and that perspective of having that love relationship with that opposite person. So I really encourage you, as I encourage myself here, to make sure you're keeping a fine eye on what you're doing all around with that other person, making sure that they are the best that they can be, that you're being the best for them, that you're looking at it selflessly, not selfishly, and making sure you focus on what that person really needs, not what you need. So hope this helps. I hope it sparks something in you. Go encourage that significant other. Make sure that they feel loved, cherished, encouraged, focused on, and then take that time separately. Make sure you're focusing on other things where you get a relaxation or a little release, but make sure when you are working that you're doing it through encouragement, that you're doing it through build up. I still have to work on this all the time. I fail all the time, but I hope that encouraged you. Hope you have a great day. Thanks so much.